Hello, it's me. It's Gruntsop Monkey. How are you? How you doing? It's time for episode 3 of the Letters of Sports series, which of course means we're concentrating on the letter C today. For this entry, I've chosen a team with not one, but 2 C's in their name, the Chicago Cubs. First of all, of course, as ever, we have to look at the team logo. So zoom in, please. Zoom in on my little flag stick. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Here we are. Here's the Chicago Cubs logo. It's quite striking, I think. It's got a nice big red letter C. C for Cubs, of course. And then there's a blue circle around the outside. I think it looks a bit like a target. I think that's what they were going for, to show they're always on target and all of those sports metaphor type things. So it's blue and it's red and it's white. They are also the colours that they use in their team uniforms, along with a little bit of grey. Their usual team uniform is white with some blue stripes on it. So yeah, that's the logo. So let me tell you a brief bit about the history of the Chicago Cubs. They are obviously based in Chicago, which is in the state of Illinois, as you may remember from my previous video from Letters Around the World. And they play professional baseball in what's known as the MLB, or Major League Baseball. Originally formed in 1870 as the Chicago White Stockings, they joined the National League in 1876 as something called a charter member, which means founder. Soon after that, they became known as the Chicago Colts, winning six National League titles between 1876 and 1886, before becoming informally referred to as the Cubs in 1902, and then adopting that officially in 1907. Incidentally, the original name of the White Stockings lives on through a rival Chicago team that were formed in 1900, and they are now known as the White Sox. You may have heard of those as well. In 1906, the two sides would face off in the World Series, which is an annual championship contested between the winners of the American League and the National League. Personally, I think the World Series is a bit of a silly name for it, because the only teams that play in it, they're all American. There's one Canadian team from Toronto, but they call it the World Series. Why do they call it the World Series? Why? Anyway, I think that's a discussion for another time. They played each other in 1906, and surprisingly, the Cubs did not win. They had the highest regular season win total of that whole year, but then they lost over a course of 6 games against the White Sox. This only served to spur them on in following seasons, though, and they became the first team to win back-to-back World Series titles in 1907 and 1908. After that, the Cubs went on to record a streak of 7 appearances in the World Series without winning between 1910 and 1945, and this has become somewhat of a running joke, and is now known as the Curse of the Billy Goat. According to the story, The Curse of the Billy Goat, William Cianis, who was owner of the Billy Goat Tavern, was thrown out of the 4th game of the 1945 World Series after his pet goat. That's right, the owner of the Billy Goat Tavern, he had a pet goat. Stay with me here, stay with me. Yeah, he took his goat to the game. I'm not making it up, I promise. And then that goat started bothering other fans and stuff, and they got thrown out. He's alleged to have declared, "Them Cubs, they ain't gonna win no more." And the Cubs then lost the championship last year and didn't compete in a final for the World Series for another 71 years. This drought was even referenced in Back to the Future, in part 2 of the trilogy in 1985. Marty McFly is surprised to witness the news in October 2015, which was in the future at the time, that the Cubs had won the World Series again. Back in reality, and a final twist of irony, the Cubs achieved their 3rd World Series in 2016, just a year later than the film had jokingly suggested. So that's a whirlwind look at the success, downfall and resurgence of the Chicago Cubs. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like it if you did, and I will see you soon for the letter D and another entry of Letters of Sport. Okay, bye!